Hey, I'm Suzanne.
And I'm Annie.
And we have 111 years of experience. And on today's episode, I can't talk. On today's episode, we're going to talk about how we got started with this idea of even having a podcast.
It's our origin story.
It's our OG story.
Yeah.
Our origin story.
How we got started, what the thinking was, what kind of was going through our heads as we were formulating this little idea. And watch it grow a little bit. And then we'd be like, oh no. And then they'd be like, watch it grow a little bit.
Yep.
But I think it really kind of all started. We would have coffee. We would sit and have coffee. That's our friendship language, I think, is that we have really enjoyed just kind of having a little coffee therapy on an afternoon after school.
Usually after school, once a week on a Friday.
Yep. We try to meet up and maybe it was at Starbucks or maybe it was somewhere else, but we always try to, or at each other's houses.
Yeah, usually it kind of ended up at my house or your house.
Yeah, it did kind of like, by the end, we were kind of like, well, it's just easier to sit in our recliners than to sit in those old hard chairs.
My back and my hips started to not be doing well, so we would go to my house or her house so I could put my feet up.
So she could put her feet up, and because by the end of the day, you were in a lot of pain.
I was hurting.
You were hurting, and you really needed that. Helped a lot.
Couple of years.
There's nothing was helping more than that. Really, that was the number one thing we could do.
And you had a heating pad too.
I had a heating pad on my recliner, so she could be like.
So I could sit on the heating pad, drink the coffee, talk to my friend.
Drink the coffee and talk, and we'd have these amazing conversations. And I would talk about the things that were going on with my job, my life, you know, my family, and you would talk about yours. And we just kind of started having these, but once in a while we'd have these moments when it would be like,
man, that's really good.
She'd be like, that's really good. And I'd be like, yeah, that was pretty good. And she'd be like, one day you just kind of looked at me and go,
we should start a podcast.
We should start a podcast.
We need a podcast.
I think we need a podcast. This could be a great podcast. And I was like, of course, at first I'm like very flattered and being like, oh yeah, sure. But honestly, the idea of it kind of scared me. I was definitely, you were more, let's jump right in. And I was more like,
she was like,
I don't know. Well, and I was thinking about like the podcast, more of like the commitment of it, that we would, you know, when we were ready to start it, that we would want to have time to make it cool. And like that the initial part of it was talking in front of a camera. So that was scary to me too. Like I said, I think that was probably between those two things, that was enough to push me back a little bit and be like, I don't know. But talking in front of the camera and then other people seeing the way I looked on, it's a kind of vanity thing, but well,
you know, like you're looking in a mirror and you see all your flaws. You see everything that's wrong.
You see so much more than anybody else does.
Yeah.
So the idea of a podcast is actually like perfect because at that point, it's not really about the way we look or what we are actually physically doing mostly. Yeah. It's about what we're saying, which was much more comfortable for me. The idea that we were just going to have a great conversation. Okay, well, we do that all the time.
We do that all the time.
Yeah,
that's normal.
we have coffee and we have a great conversation.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how it really did start. And initially, we were thinking that this would be a great fun thing to do. That would be after we both retired.
Yeah, post-educational
career. Like after the education years were over, the working in the system, that we would have this kind of option that we could try to explore and have fun with. Yeah. And so that's kind of the plan right now. I still have another year, maybe more, but I'm thinking probably
at the
end of this school year, I'd like to wrap it all up in a bow and see. Well, we'll see. Things can change in a heartbeat. So, like, I hate to make too far ahead plans when you just never know what's around the corner. I mean, your personal situation could change and it might be required. I'm definitely not like at the age where I could like retire and just like it's just like I'm completely and totally. Not say out of the workforce, but like I would want to have things going on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I still want to be busy. I like to have things going on. So I don't want to be like just completely not anything going on. I think that's like we've said before too, purpose is a big part of what brings people connection and brings people down in retirement is that they become disconnected and they lack purpose. It can be very lonely.
If you are interested in learning more or connecting with the said resource, a link to their socials and website will be in the podcast description or post. Also, a disclaimer. No money was exchanged in any way for space in the podcast. We're just trying to help.
Hi, I'm Carrie Parr with Pick Up the Pieces Tennessee. Let me tell you a little bit about our Facebook page. Our Facebook page is a resource for families with children and adults with disabilities and other difficulties. And our job is to share out resources for you and help you with whatever you need. So contact us today.
Yeah.
It's very isolating. Mm-hmm. So we were kind of like, that does not sound attractive. So I was like, well, if I did decide to go ahead and do this, well, what is that going to look like?
Yeah.
Kind of a thing. So, you're trying to figure it out. Mm-hmm. Do you think that in the beginning, when you were thinking about it, did it make you nervous at all?
No.
Like, I feel like I was the nervous one. No.
It didn't.
You were, tell me why.
Because, so a couple of years before I retired this past school year, so 24-25 was my last school year. So a couple of years before that, one of my cousins passed away kind of suddenly. And I was at the funeral, at the visitation at the church. And one of my friends we went to church together, and we were little kids, like little bitty growing up. And she lives in Franklin, so I never get to see her. But she came up to me and she said, I really enjoyed your videos that you did when you were on Facebook, and you were doing Facebook Lives, and you were doing, I was selling, like 2018, 2019, I was selling makeup and doing video, like online, and doing makeup videos. And it was fun, it was cool. And it was hard to start with. I mean, I had to practice it. And then I got in a different company and was doing supplements and talking about them, and just talking to a camera or talking to my phone. It just got to be, and then people were commenting and I talked to them. And I mean, I'm kind of a talker anyway. I can talk to people usually. Yeah. I can stand in a line at Kroger or whatever and talk to somebody. So that's not, it's not a big deal to just talk to people. So doing that, she said, I really miss those videos. I wish you would do a podcast or something. I would listen to it every time.
Oh, wow.
And so Becky, she planted the seed. Shout out to Becky.
So she kind of planted that seed.
She planted the seed, and I thought, a podcast? Huh, okay. Kind of tuck that back in the back of your brain. Yeah. And so fast forward, a couple of years later, and I'm like, what am I going to do? Because people kept asking me, are you going to sub? Are you going to, what are you going to do?
Yeah, because, that's a big thing a lot of people do, because, then you get the subbing is being
like you're still kind of in it, but not in it.
Yeah.
Like you don't have all the responsibility. You have responsibility, but then you got to walk out the door in the afternoon.
Yeah, and without the planning.
Without the meetings, without the evaluations, without all those things that would stress me out. But physically, my body, I kept thinking, I need a job where I can go to the bathroom whenever I want, because that was becoming an issue.
That's a true story right there.
The older I got, the worse that got. Woo! And then I need to be able to just like make my own hours, do it when I want. Flexibility. And I thought, at some point I might be able to make some money doing a podcast. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. So, and then we just kept having all these good conversations.
We would have these amazing conversations, and we'd be like, how come nobody ever asks us about this and that and the other? Because we got ideas. Really, like I can remember sitting there one day and we're like, I don't know why nobody asked us. We got all the answers. We're just sitting here like, do we really have all the answers? No. But in that moment we did. We had a good laugh.
We had a good laugh. And we would come up with some really good stuff. I mean, really good
solutions. Like things. We would see some solutions that were like seemed obvious to us. And then like you see stuff happen in the world, and it'd be like, no. Yeah. Our solutions were obvious. I mean, it seemed obvious to us. And then like things would happen and be like, how can people not see?
Yeah.
How can they not see that this could be a thing? What? Yeah. So, and I'm going to say, we also said that coffee is cheaper than therapy.
We've said that for 20 years.
Coffee is cheaper than therapy. That was kind of one of our mottos, was that if I had a problem and I really needed to talk it out, and it was a great place for us to talk out
I get a text.
situation.
Can you have time for coffee this afternoon?
Yeah. I really hope you have time for coffee this afternoon.
Yes, I do.
had this, and this happen, and boy, do I need to talk about it.
I need to just talk it out.
Just let me express it here and figure it out. And I'm telling you, I always felt better.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Like every single time. It was better.
Yep.
I really think that there's something to that. And having somebody else who was, we're both trying to work on being healthier, emotionally healthier, mentally healthier, physically healthier, just trying to make better choices with our situations that we're in, and trying to have a lot of grace with the people that we love, and trying not to be over judging things and overreacting to ourselves. Like sometimes, like I said before, you get these ideas in your head and it can become a mountain, and it's really a tiny little, nothing.
And you just need your friend to go,
come on, you got this.
It's this way, not this way. Just calm down.
Yeah, you do. And especially because, she's been through the same things, a lot of the same things at different times.
Yes.
And I always say, there's a lot of things out there that other people know about. You just don't know about that. I always think that that's so true, that it's just a lot of things that have happened to other people, and you just don't know how they got through it. But they usually, that's how you learn.
That's how you learn.
That's how you learn. And you make those connections with people, and you open up yourself and start trying to understand. Yeah. And I think that's really it. Like the time you put some key thoughts together, I felt like that kept coming up for both of us was, and I would say connection was one that's just come up over and over and over. Grace.
Yes.
Grace. Grace is, I've heard somebody say, grace is undeserved forgiveness. Like somebody doesn't really deserve your forgiveness on this thing that they did.
Or for yourself.
And to have some grace for them. And then also for your own self, when you make a mistake, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Give someone the benefit of the doubt. I'm not saying that you never get hoodwinked or you never get things happen.
Right.
But in general, life seems to go. You're a lot happier person when you live with grace. You extend grace.
Yes.
To no matter who it is. When you create connections.
Yep.
When you find out that connection is maybe one of the most important things as a human being that we have.
Yep.
Is our connections to each other.
Yep.
It really is in our DNA.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It really is in our DNA.
Tis.
Yeah. So our origin story is really just about like little seeds that were planted over the years. And then we kind of decided that since you had retired, we were going to try it
out and see. And that's why we started in June.
Well, we talked about it for about 3 or 4 months before.
Yeah.
And we were setting it up with our wonderful director, producer, technology expert, Sean.
Editor.
And editor / everything.
Editor / little brother.
Yes. And we talked it over with him, and he was open to helping us get it going, and he's been fabulous. I really cannot say enough good things. Fabulous. But the thing was, when it just kind of came together for all three of us, came together with you retiring, and then I was in summer, and then he was ready to give this a try and help us out. And it's kind of been a fabulous journey.
Yeah.
We've really enjoyed.
It's so fun.
It is so fun. Just the people that you meet and the connections that you get to make, and then at this point, impact. I think that's the other word that we kind of figured out too. When you go from impacting people on a daily basis in a completely different way.
Yeah. And I've been doing that, through teaching, and she's been doing that through
school teaching,
and her teaching.
Yeah. So when you do that, you either that's like your big happy moment, or some people, may not feel that way, but I enjoy, that is like there were days that I would look at my kids and go, I get paid to do this. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
This is so fun.
This is so fun. This is so great. And can you believe how funny? I always say, I don't really work at the school for the money. I work for the entertainment, because endlessly entertaining. Yeah. They're endlessly entertaining. They're fabulous.
Yeah.
But
as that chapter closes,
we
were trying to figure out what other kind of impact we want to make. And using this podcast, we feel like we can do that.
Yeah, yeah.
So this past Saturday, we went over to
Liberty Station. And we got to meet the director over there, and she was fabulous. And the funny thing too is like when we had mentioned like, well, okay, this is who we are and this is what we're kind of thinking and everything. And she's like, oh, well, I've heard of that. We both went,
you have?
So like the idea that someone had actually heard of us.
That we didn't know.
It's just, I mean, it was like.
We both kind of went, we looked at each other like, and we looked at her. You have? You heard of us?
Yeah, we both kind of did it. It was hilarious. Yeah, it was hilarious. We were both a little shocked by that. But that also tells too that like hopefully this is making that impact that we're really excited about.
Yeah.
Making the impact. The other thing about it is they really do. They're working hard at helping to educate disabled people to be in the workforce. I love that. That is just an extension of.
The staff is so sweet,
and that is just an extension of the things we have worked hard for our entire education lives. You know, like it's just like the next extension of that. It just is like it just walks right into that. I just felt like that was just the perfect thing to segue into is that, you know, if you're going to put impact, if you think of impact as a thing, that's what you want. You want to promote that.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
and I just don't think very many people know about that place. I really don't.
You got to check it out. If you have a chance and you have a Saturday lunch and you're just looking for a place, you're out shopping and you're just looking for a place to drop in for lunch.
And the coffee is delicious. And the food is delicious.
I had a latte and it was amazing. I am a coffee snob.
Oh, I am too.
I'll be the first to tell you if it's not great.
Yeah, we're coffee snobs.
Yes. We're coffee snobs. For good or for bad, we are.
I mean, we drank coffee too long together not to have good coffee.
Have the kind of things that we like.
That's right.
It was delicious. The food was delicious. The atmosphere was great. I felt like the workers there were amazing.
And there was barely anybody in there. We were like, this is a Saturday morning. There needs to be more people in here.
This needs to be full. How can we help? And so that was kind of like where we've kind of decided to see if we can do a collaboration with them and maybe even have an episode at their shop there and just really trying to get involved in the community and help create the kind of world we want. Yep. And focus in on the things that really do excite us. These things are exciting.
Yeah.
This is great. So yeah, and really focusing on the positive things that are happening in the world. I think that's the other part of it is that there are some amazing people out there.
Yeah.
You know,
so many people we met that I'd never heard. There was another one, Amelia's Closet. Never heard of them.
Never heard of it.
Didn't know what they were. It's a nonprofit organization, and they help women who don't have the proper clothes for like a job interview. And it's all donated, and all the clothes it's like, you guys are fabulous.
It's fabulous. And what a great thing. Like you said, you supporting that? Yes. Yes, that is exactly the kind of place that we would be excited to let more people know about.
Yeah. So, for sure. Yeah. So I think that's where we're going to go from here is impact.
That's the next part of this equation where we've been working on connection and we've been working on, enjoying life and all those kind of things. But you know what? There's nothing sweeter. There's really just nothing sweeter than using this platform to help impact our own community.
Yeah.
Love it. I love it.
So, do all the things.
Yes, please do all the things. Check us out. Like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. If you are on Facebook, go ahead and share it out. You may not realize this, but it really has a huge impact on the amount of views that we get. And even just maybe somebody just doesn't know yet about us and they may hear it. Well, guess what? That builds our platform, which helps expand our impact. And boy, is that exciting.
I know.
That is really exciting.
Cool. So we'll see you guys soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.